November 24, 2017, 0246 p.m. Updated November 24, 2017, 0408 p.m. Scroll staff share tweet email Reddit print share tweet email Reddit print International news by Scroll staff published November 24, 2017, 0246 p.m. Updated November 24, 2017, 0408 p.m. Google Maps. A boat carrying 8 men claiming to be fishermen from North Korea washed ashore in Akita Prefecture in Japan on Thursday night, the Japan Times reported, quoting police officials. The men had no serious injuries and were speaking Korean. They have been taken into custody. Unidentified police officials received a call from a resident in Yuri, Hanjo City at 11:30 p.m. about the presence of suspicious individuals on the shore. They found the men on a wooden boat at a nearby marina. The vessel had a plate bearing the word Chongjin, a city in North Korea, Kyodo News reported. Hichiro Okinogi, chairman of Japan's National Public Safety Commission, told reporters that the men claimed they were fishing before their boat broke down and washed ashore. Japan's chief cabinet secretary Yoshihide Suga said the government would respond appropriately to the situation. Several unidentified boats have been found on the Sea of Japan coast recently. In Aomori Prefecture, wooden boats bearing Korean words were found drifting ashore on November 19 and 20. We welcome your comments at letters@scroll.in. Sponsored content by published October 30, 2017, 0334 p.m. Share tweet email Reddit print share tweet email Reddit print The cultural similarities between Germany and India are well known, especially with regards to the language. Linguists believe that Sanskrit and German share the same Indo-Germanic heritage of languages. A quick comparison indeed holds up theory. Ratha in Sanskrit, chariot is rad in German, aksha axle in Sanskrit is achse in German, and so on. Germans have long held a fascination for Indology in Sanskrit. While Max Muller is still admired for his translation of ancient Indian scriptures, other German intellectuals such as Goethe, Herder and Schlegel were deeply influenced by Kalidasa. His poetry is said to have informed Goethe's plays, and inspired Schlegel to eventually introduce formal Indology in Germany. Beyond the arts and academia, Indian influences even found their way into German fast food. Indians would recognize the famous German curry powder as a modification of the Indian masala mix. Its most popular application is the currywurst, fried sausage covered in curried ketchup. It is no wonder then that German travelers in India find quite a lot in common between the two cultures, even today. Some, especially those who've settled here, even confess to Indian culture growing on them with time. Isabel, like most travelers, first came to India to explore the country's rich heritage. She returned the following year as an exchange student, and a couple of years later found herself working for an Indian consultancy firm. When asked what prompted her to stay on, Isabel said, "I love the market dynamics here. Working here is so much fun. Anywhere else would seem boring compared to India." Having co-founded a company, she eventually realized her entrepreneurial dream here and now resides in Goa with her husband. Isabel says there are several aspects of life in India that remind her of home. How we interact with our everyday life is similar in both Germany and India. Separate house slippers to wear at home, the celebration of food and festivals, the importance of friendship. She feels Germany and India share the same spirit, especially in terms of festivities. We love food and we love celebrating food. There is an entire countdown to Christmas. Every day there is some dinner or get-together, much like how Indians excitedly count down to Navratri or Diwali. Francisca, who was born in India to German parents, adds that both the countries exhibit the same kind of passion for their favorite sport. In India, they support cricket like anything, while in Germany it would be football. Having lived in India for almost a decade, Isabel has also noticed some broad similarities in the way children are brought up in the two countries. We have a saying in South Germany, Schafe Haushalboot, that loosely translates to work, and build a house. I found that parents here have a similar outlook, to teach their children to work hard. They feel that they've fulfilled their duty only once the children have moved out or gotten married. Also, my mother never let me leave the house without a big breakfast. It's the same here. The importance given to the care of the family is one similarity that came up again and again in conversations with all German expats. While most people wouldn't draw parallels between German and Indian discipline or lack thereof, Germans married to Indians have found a way to bridge the gap. Take for example, Ilka, who thinks that the famed differences of discipline between the two cultures actually works to her marital advantage. She sees the difference as Germans being highly planning-oriented while Indians are more flexible in their approach. Ilka and her husband balance each other out in several ways. She says, like most Germans, she too tends to get stressed when her plans don't work out, but her husband calms her down. Consequently, Ilka feels India is so of life. The social life here is more happening, people smile at you, bond over food and are much more relaxed. Isabel, too, can attest to Indians' friendliness. When asked about an Indian characteristic that makes her feel most at home, she quickly answers humor. Whether it's a taxi driver or someone I'm meeting professionally, I've learned that it's easy to lighten the mood here by just cracking a few jokes. Indians love to laugh, she adds. Indeed, these Germans who never left as just die-hard Indophiles are more Indian than you'd guess at first, having even developed some classic Indian skills with time. Ilka assures us that her husband can't bargain as well as she does, and that she can even drape a sari on her own. Isabel, meanwhile, feels some amount of Indianness has seeped into her because whenever it's raining, my body instantly craves chai and samosa. Like the long-settled German expats in India, the German airline, Lufthansa, too has incorporated some quintessential aspects of Indian culture in its service. Recognizing the centuries-old cultural affinity between the two countries, Lufthansa now provides a rich experience of Indian hospitality to all flyers on board its flights to and from India. You can expect a greeting of Namaste by an all-Indian crew, Indian food, and popular Indian in-flight entertainment options. And as the video shows, India's culture and hospitality have been internalized by Lufthansa to the extent that they are more Indian than you think. To experience Lufthansa's hospitality on your next trip abroad, click here. This article was provided by the Scroll marketing team on behalf of Lufthansa as part of their More Indian Than You Think initiative and not by the Scroll editorial team.